Right, I wanted to go over today's performance. So I did get caught up in shorts over here in the morning, and I ended up getting some longs over here, and I exited at the supply zone. So let's break it down. It was actually the footprint that was the most leading for me today. So first I want to show you why I had the short bias over here. If you go to a higher time frame, hourly, you'll see that we started this downtrend here. So I figured if we came back to supply, we can continue down. My target was going to be the demand that was created overnight, and maybe then we can get the rally up. But instead, it just found buyers over here. So on the footprint uh, in the morning, why I had a short bias was right before the market opened. Right, if you look at this area when we were at the supply zone, okay, majority of it was negative delta. Okay, so it was like selling was filling their orders here. And then we had this one bar, 928, popped up, and all this positive delta was in this bar. And then immediately got shot down at the market open. So I was looking for pops back into this area for shorts, which is exactly what I did here. And yeah, I got stopped out, obviously. So we couldn't find any sellers here, although it looked very good for shorts. Right? These are the signs I look for at supply. So I wouldn't consider this a bad trade. This is how I always trade. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Now, after the pop up over here, there was a lot of volume. Not here. This pop up here. A lot of volume in this area around the 90s. Right? And I wasn't at a supply zone yet, so I didn't want to take any shorts here. Now, when we came back into this area, right, it's still marked as a supply zone, but this became demand, and I'll show you that on the candlestick chart. But first, let's look at what happened here. All of this negative delta on this drop down, and then buying comes in immediately. Okay, if we go to the candlestick chart, what is it, 30 minutes? Okay, so let's change that over. This is the demand zone right here. Okay, and we came back into that area. So I'll copy that over to the footprint. So you can see that's the area that the buying stepped in. And if you look at NQ, so my entry was right when we pulled back into this area. I got in here, not the best entry, but I got in on this candle, and I got out right when this volume kicked in. So a little bit below my supply after the rejection. I got out somewhere here, and continued higher, but that's fine. On NQ, the other reason I got into it, NQ also had a demand zone here, clearly, and lows to the highs. It came to the 50% retracement perfectly. So all of that together gave me the confluences to get in, and you can see the volume spike. Right, volume spike. Those are good signs for a reversal. Um, so let's get into what's going on here. If we zoom out, clearly we can see that we're still in this very wide range here. And if the supply zone gets taken out here, very likely to make new highs. So we'll be watching for that. Any new demand got created. Oh, and another reason that I got in to these longs, right, is context. So as good as this short looked here, right, it's one of the situations I like to call it if then, right? So as good as shorts looked here this morning, right, the fact that the market couldn't sell off here shows me that buying is strong. Right. So right after that, I didn't want to be a bear anymore. I didn't want shorts anymore because the situation that presented itself here in the morning was, very clean for shorts at right at supply, right at a key level. So the fact that this doesn't work, despite all of this selling effort, shows you that bulls are in control of the day. All right. So once we come back to an area like even here, I was still a little short biased. I'm not gonna lie, even though this was another area perfect for longs. Because if we look at the before this demand even got created, if we look carefully at what happened here after that pop up, when we pulled back, right? One, we held highs over here, okay, and look at all of the selling again. All of this selling. Look at all this negative delta, and price could not move lower. Okay, so it's a very this is a very good entry for longs as well, but I didn't get that. I was still short biased, but after this pop up, that's when I started looking for a long entry, and I was very patient with it, and I got in over here. So I guess that's it. If you're learning anything, please subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Thanks for watching.